Welcome to the Everyday Black Men Podcast, a podcast for black male thoughts. I am Riker, and I'm joined by R. Reed and Armstead. Follow us on Twitter at EVYD. Follow us on Instagram at Everyday Black Men, and Facebook on the Everyday Black Men Facebook page. So we're going to talk about This Is America. Story brought it to us by R. Reed. You want to talk about Albert Wilson?
No.
You want to talk about Albert?
Man, talk about it, man. Come on.
Come on, man. Talk about it.
Y'all go. I got it.
Okay. All right. Well, since R. Reed would like to give us and pass us the baton.
Hey, man, he's tired still because he recovered for that party that happened in Sandy Springs.
Oh.
On the news. He was there.
Oh, he was there?
He was there.
He was all the way there?
How was it, D?
How was it?
Mm-hmm.
So they've made you swear to secrecy?
Yeah, man. I think that he's innocent.
I mean, you're right. I think he's innocent too. I mean, he was sentenced to 12 years by all-white jury for alleged rape of a white girl, but there was no sex involved, no DNA evidence proving that they had sex. However, there's surveillance of him kissing the defendant or the accuser, and that's about it. Dancing, holding hands, all the other shit. So basically, they're going to give... Huh?
That's what you get.
Yeah, I mean, I keep telling people to stay away from the pork.
You know, you said that to me one time. I was like, that shit's true, bro. Like, you're more likely going to catch a rape charge fucking around with a white chick versus a black chick.
You're right.
Statistically speaking.
Statistically speaking, you are going to catch rape charges from fucking around with the white chick more than you're ever going to catch rape charges from fucking around with anyone else. Mostly because...
Does that speak to our rape culture?
I think it does speak to rape culture. Because white women are far more likely to do a false accusal, I think, than any other race of people. And I'm just being honest. Because I have yet to really see a black girl who decided to say that somebody raped them who didn't. Like, it's just not a thing that I've seen from black women. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, you know, hit us up at everydayblackmen@gmail.com and tell me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I just don't think. I mean, I don't know about Hispanics or Asians. I don't look at those statistics, and I don't really.
Yeah, because they don't count.
No, but at the same time, I mean,
when I say they don't count, I mean they don't count.
I think they don't count in this particular fight, and I think this is a black-white thing.
Yeah, because you gotta count Hispanics. Like some of y'all, we wouldn't even count y'all while y'all here.
I mean, that's 100% true. Because
am I the only one to think that if you get caught as an illegal immigrant, you should go to jail and get the fuck out of this country? Is that fucked up?
I mean, I think we shouldn't go as far as what New York did, where they're giving illegal immigrants driver's licenses, so that means they can get insurance. I don't think we should go that far. At the same time, I don't think we should just kick people out. I feel like we should make people pay back taxes the same way we do drug dealers with the whole, hey, we know you're selling drugs, but if you pay taxes on it, we'll look the other way until we can prove it. Because normally they get people on tax evasion. So I don't think that we should kick people out, because a lot of these quote-unquote illegal immigrants are really just people who just came here for a better life.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying there's a way to do it.
You know what I think? I feel like when they come, you know what I'm saying, they get caught or whatever, as long as they ain't causing no trouble.
No, bro, that's
No, I think that's true.
Chaos.
Well, no, it's chaos. It's chaos when we have people who don't want to come forward. Like, you'll see, like, illegal. We really need to have a better word for this than illegals.
Aliens.
Nah, that's terrible.
Alien Gonzales.
Why don't we just say people who are not here legally? So we'll see people who are not here legally all the time
illegals
who will have a information about a particular crime, and they won't come forward because they're like, I ain't about to go potentially be like, hey, officer.
Nigga, I know plenty of potential crimes, and I still ain't coming forward.
I mean,
actual crimes.
Well,
murders.
I think I feel what he's saying, though. I think he's saying it more in the sense of the fact that, you know, they're coming and probably taking a lot of the jobs, too. And that's a lot.
Hey, man, I wasn't even going to go there, man.
It's bullshit. They're not taking any jobs. We ain't picking goddamn tomatoes in California.
But see, that's just the thing, though, because I feel like a lot of them jobs, they coming and they making them jobs on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, they going out there and they setting up their own businesses, maybe. Or
not illegals. Illegals are working at Home Depot. They doing the...
Yeah, they not... Well, they might not be employed.
We weren't going to hire... I'm not going to hire anybody from Home Depot who's not Hispanic. I'm you know right fucking now. I've seen what Jose and his crew do. Them niggas get a bottle of water and they ask for like $20-something a day. Them niggas will work and do it. As long as you got the equipment, they'll do whatever it takes. You ain't gonna see no nigga working for that. I've been approached by those niggas at Home Depot. They're like, hey man, I can go do this. I'm like, people who are not here legally outside saying they'll do it for $35. They're like, man, I need $300. Fuck you, nigga. I can get a crew of people for $35 a person. You talking $300 and you ain't even got a fucking bail bonds or anything that's licensed and insured. Or the ones who are licensed and insured, they're like, oh, it's going to be $750. It's like, nigga, it's a simple job. I just need you to either A, lay some flooring, or B, just stuff that anyone can do provided you have the tools. So people who are here not legally oftentimes do the jobs that nobody else wants to do. They'll do like the dishwashing, all the other stuff that us niggas is not gonna do. White people most certainly are not gonna do. Real Hispanics who are here legally, they sure as fuck not gonna do. And Asians, they can get the fuck out of here. So they're not stealing anybody's job. Now maybe they're stealing from the rednecks, but they weren't gonna hire you anyway. You fucking got 3 teeth in your mouth. You thought you was gonna be the one guy who's a daily alcoholic running meth out of his fucking garage? You thought people who are not here legally stole your jobs? Nah. That's not
a weird assertion to make. I just think that if you're breaking the law, if I was breaking the law, if I got caught, I know I'm gonna have to pay the consequences.
Man, we've already talked about that. I think there are certain laws that we should prosecute: rapes, murders, thefts that involve, like actual weapons. Everything else, I don't give a fuck if you get prosecuted for a speeding ticket or for your parking pass or any of that other bullshit.
That ain't nothing but just a financial hit.
Exactly. These are people who are here. They're doing all their purchases cash, which means they're putting money directly back in the economy because they can't open no bank accounts. They can't do any of the stuff that the rest of us can do legally. They're straight cash. And people who are transferring cash from other people who are kind of ripping them off into the American economy is good.
Hey, get legal or pay me and I'll get you legal.
I mean, that's what some people are doing.
Yeah, I'm going to marry me and Consuelo. You married? Yeah, me and Consuelo married. We've been married for a while.
Exactly.
You love her? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And how many times you don't seen her? I actually ain't never seen her again after we got married.
Actually, after that, man, she paid me my $5,000. I mean,
10 bands.
Our love was so great.
Do y'all feel like more crimes happen accidentally versus purposely?
Nah, more crimes happen purposely than accidentally.
And do you feel like that
I don't think most crimes are premeditated.
I mean, no, I feel like most crimes are premeditated. I think the only ones that aren't premeditated is like what happened at our high school where those boys decided that they was going to rob that guy. Then they ended up murdering him. They didn't come in there to kill him. It's just one of them was like, nah, man, we can't have any witnesses. It's like, if y'all had just robbed the man, if they had just robbed the man and let him live, it wouldn't have been prosecuted because police, you know how many thefts and other bullshit things they have to investigate in a day? Those things, most of them don't ever get actual justice. But if you murder somebody, now, like, this is a bonus I'm looking at.
Still in jail?
Yeah, they still in jail.
How many people was it? I just remember DeMontrez.
4. Cool. It was 4 of them.
DeMontrez and 3 others. He changed though because he tried to be a thug. I think he was a shooter, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought he was a tricker man.
His girlfriend told on him when she got mad at some bullshit I heard.
You know how it is. These people ain't loyal.
You remember DeMontrez, bro?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, they were looking for him. They're gonna find him, but she was like,
they weren't gonna find him, bro.
They was gonna find him
because they ain't find him till a couple months later, bro.
Well, they didn't find him, but they found the other 3. Again, DeMontrez is about to be living off the grid.
Well, you keep his name in this podcast, nigga. You make better decisions.
But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm moving to the other thing because you know what? I didn't come here to talk about people who are not here legally. Came to talk about other things such as tacos and tequila. Went to that bar crawl yesterday. It was lit. A lot of tacos
and tequila.
Tacos and tequila.
Where is that located?
It was basically all the bars in Midtown. It was like Publico, Zorlo, 10, City Tap, Fado, Hudson Grill. It was like pretty much everything in there. They basically just had. They had some tacos that you could get. The best ones were at Publico, but then again, they normally do Hispanic food, so I mean, what'd you expect? Exactly. The ones at Zorcondo or whatever, that one should have been better because that place is actually run by Hispanics, but they didn't put the good tacos on there. They just had.
I wonder if they were legals.
I don't know. They were really nice too, man. They let people cheat, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. But they was pretty good. That was pretty good. But overall, I mean, I think because this was his 3rd year, I think on the 4th year we should go there and we should just have a podcast talking about it because it was pretty good. You don't even have to drink Armstead. You can just come for the tacos, hang out.
You gonna come, you gonna drink something.
He said,
I'm gonna drink my protein.
Exactly.
You gonna have a tequila
the thing that
something.
I thought was funny is I had a backpack and I was just walking around and didn't nobody say not a goddamn thing. Could have had anything in that backpack. Could have had drugs, could have had guns, could have had little people, anything. Anything could have been in there.
Little people?
Little people, it's the polite word for what people...
Midgets.
Yeah. The other word that people shouldn't use. As requested by little people.
I can't say midgets, then it's not even funny no more.
I mean, the whole point is they don't give a shit about it being funny, man.
What you gonna do? Kick me in my kneecap?
Nah, they'll stab you, dog. They'll come up
in my kneecap.
They'll crawl up you like fucking Assassin's Creed.
Nah.
But I mean, hey,
I don't call them. Little people sound more offensive than midget.
I mean, that's the word they want to be. That's the word they want to use.
That's what the people on TV say that they want to be called. I'm gonna just keep calling them midgets.
I mean, I feel like again, if they asked to be called little people, Or
Little
why
man.
don't you just call them their? Why don't you just call people their names? Just be like, hey man, how's it going?
I mean, who the fuck calls people midgets?
I mean, there's plenty of people that call people midgets.
I ain't never like. It's like, look, a midget. Like,
I remember somebody did that one time on like one of his field trips, and that's hilarious because that dude was on 10. And it's like one of those things where it's like, if he come over here and beat the shit out of you, we not gonna help. Like, in fact, I might just put this nigga on my shoulder so he can kick your ass.
4 arms.
Exactly, 4 arms for you. It's just one of those
we don't
things.
stack them. Let's get out.
That's the voice they make.
That's the voice
Yeah,
he's
they all
making.
sound like this.
He's trying to imitate.
Remember the episode of South Park? And Cartman kept laughing every time the dude was talking. We little people have so much to say. And Cartman was just laughing.
So let's go into Men in Black International. Did anybody here see it?
No,
Nah, I never seen it yet.
What about you, special guest?
I forgot his name.
He said
I wasn't
Mowgli.
planning on speaking. I was just gonna be a spectator.
Oh,
Nah, man, we'll need spectators. We'll need spectators.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, all right. Well, Men in Black International is basically Thor Ragnarok Part 2. That's basically how the movie plays out. Liam Neeson's role. Really?
does it do that thing? Wasn't that in Wonder Woman too?
Yeah. There was a Wonder Woman. Nah, they didn't do that. It was more basically just like, hey, here's Men in Black, but with 2 other people. It's basically how the plot of the movie goes. Hey, you want Men in Black? We got you.
I mean, Men in Black.
Oh, that Men in Black? We don't got you.
Men in Black ain't been good since the first one.
I mean, I don't think this is the second one.
Yeah,
I think the third
so.
was.
Second
two.
one.
I think 3 was pretty bad.
I ain't the second one.
I think. Okay.
I see what they was doing on the third one, but it's
It didn't go well. That's the problem. Is it didn't flow well. But this one flows well.
Agent L should have never retired. And that's
Yeah.
messed up the whole damn movie.
It messed up the entire plot.
Yeah, moving forward. So
Exactly. And then there was too much focus on that chick. I was like, I get that she's the daughter of whatever, but I mean, don't really matter. And this one, like, they spent a lot of time kind of setting up like this kind of sci-fi-ish plot, only for us to be the exact thing that was glaring in our face. Can you do a spoiler alert?
spoiler alert.
It was always Liam fucking Neeson. He was the bad guy.
did he go around and beat up black people?
No, actually, because Tessa Thompson kept giving him this looking in the parts where they're looking at each other and talking, and I was like, that's that black girl spark right there. She's giving this nigga that look like you ain't shit.
ABWs.
Basically. Essentially,
black
the
women.
crux of the plot comes down to, Chris Hemsworth's character keeps repeating this line, or Thor, oh yeah, and we just beat them with our Series 7, whatever. But he can never explain what he means by that. Eventually, it goes back to what they were talking about at the very beginning of the movie, which is that if you're neuralized, you're just going to repeat whatever they tell you to say instead of what you actually saw. So the fact that he kept repeating we beat them with our Series 7 neuralized, like, as soon as he kept saying that, you knew he didn't know shit. And then at the end of the movie, they go meta with it, and he was like, oh shit, you neuralized me. And he's like, oh, you finally figured it out. New Agent M? It's like, damn, this girl has been on the job 24 hours and cracked the whole fucking case open. Always black people. But it turns out he got basically the Hive, which the Hive weren't a big enemy in Men in Black before, so why would they be a new...
Y'all remember the cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cartoon was weird, but the cartoon was good.
It was okay. It was
Okay.
nothing memorable. I can't remember anything memorable about it.
I think the problem is that for most cartoons, the only ones that are memorable are the ones that are really great.
Yeah, like Batman.
Yeah, like Batman, Boondock Seasons 1 and 2. 3 was pretty good. But overall, the movie wasn't bad. Would I tell you to see it? Redbox it.
Redbox.
No, I'm being serious. Redbox it. It's not that good. Like, it's good for someone like me because I can see 3 movies a week. If you can't do the same, then Redbox.
What other movies you saw?
You got a pass, though, right?
Yeah, he got a pass.
Yeah, I got the AMC. It's
On
$28.
Starting to eliminate that.
$40 a month.
No, $28 a month.
Are they losing money off of that?
Nah, that was the other one.
Okay.
No, that was Movie Pass. Movie Pass was like $10, but the problem with Movie Pass is that they were relying on everybody else. They're trying to be like the in-between. AMC's just like, look, we know y'all niggas are sneaking in snacks. Just pay us $28 and we'll let you see 3 movies a week. Because we know for the most part, you're not going to see 3 movies every week.
No.
You're going to see like 2.
Only person
Maybe
I know
one.
who see that many movies is you.
Yeah, pretty much. I can look at my thing and tell you how many movies I saw. I saw a lot of them. But the other thing I saw was Shaft, and I agree with you. Shaft was really good.
See more movies when you got the pass, though.
Well, true. But I mean, also sneak in food every single time because AMC doesn't check your bags, unlike Regal. Fuck you, Regal.
Movie Pass is still around, and it's $20 a month now.
Yeah, of course.
That is much
They was
more
losing money
reasonable.
In the beginning, weren't they?
Oh, then it must have been the other one that went under. The one that was like kind of like Movie Pass. Thought it began with like an S or something like that.
Yeah, I watch 2D movies.
Oh, 2D movies? Oh, yeah. Then fuck that whole
You can
pass.
watch 3D movies?
Yeah, you can watch any movie you want, whether it's Dolby Digital, 3D.
Dolby is good.
Yeah, the Dolby ones are great. That's why I saw Venom in And I saw like one other movie like that. Oh, Brightburn was Dolby as well. Like when that nigga was flying, that shit sounded like a fucking airplane coming in.
Godzilla and Dolby was crazy.
Oh shit! I should see Godzilla and Dolby because I got time. I've got time. I can still do it. They still showing it.
Yeah, I want to see Godzilla and Dolby.
Yeah, definitely see Godzilla and Dolby. Anybody else on the movies?
Not lately.
I saw I Am Mother on Netflix, and
Oh,
I see that too.
yeah, you saw it.
What do you think of it?
Oh, you sound so sad, man.
I mean, what they call it, the trans. I can't remember when the match made of machine and man.
Transhuman International.
It seemed like a story was foretelling the future.
How much did foretell in the future?
Let's say.
Are we giving away the plot?
Yeah, we already said spoiler alert.
Oh, well, within the first 5 minutes, you can tell something is off.
Like how much off?
Watch the days. I noticed that too, because they said like 15,000 days or something like that. I'm just like, why? Shouldn't she be like 30 something if it was like 15,000 days? And the girl was like 18. So it didn't add up, but you'll see why later.
Okay. All right. And that's
All the numbers, man. I don't do math.
No, but 365 days in a year.
yeah, you should be able to do like some rough estimates.
15,000 days. Like 365, that's 365. 3,650 is like 10 years. So that's easier to look at. Like,
true.
But if they were at 17, it was like some weird number. So pretty much they said it was like an end of Earth event where the world ended and you just see a robot come to life and she puts the embryo and she's like has this little baby and she's raising this baby. Some new actor and Hilary Swank. I only know who Hilary Swank is because of The Office.
Makes sense.
Yeah. How hot is Hilary Swank? Not hot at all, right?
I mean, she's just not that great.
Yeah, but whatever. So pretty much the robot's raising this kid and then she's telling her that all the humans are dead because of some disease and they're repopulating the earth and she's taking all these series of tests. And then they start to, well, at first they had found a mouse and the mom killed the mouse, like just killed it, or the robot mom. And then she lets her in, Hilary Swank's character, and she was like, what the fuck this robot's been telling you? That robot is one of the robots that shot me. So apparently, instead of it being like a disease, it's like her robot kindred, and she's telling them that she's not like that robot. She's here to raise humans. Come to find out, she was lying. Everybody was lying. The robot had killed another human they were raising because remember I said the days were off. Mm-hmm. The girl was the third incarnation, and the second incarnation she killed, aborted, and she found the jawbone because she incinerates the mouse, and she found the jawbone of the girl who she killed. These tests were meant to raise a better human being. Yeah, because apparently she says we're innately flawed and the world's gonna end anyway.
God.
But she didn't realize that the robot had a collective conscience. And in the movie, she had to kill the robot to save her brother because she built another one. Because if you're not perfect, the robot's gonna kill you. And that was the end of the movie. I would say watch it because it was a thriller, more of a sci-fi thriller, and it was good. The action was bland, but I mean it wasn't an action movie. It's more of a thriller horror.
Yeah, I didn't watch it expecting any action.
I thought it would have more action.
I mean, it was more than what I expected, but
yeah.
basically, she was testing to see if I'm going to kill you or not.
And at the end, you realize the human that came in was the first test subject.
Oh,
and she
shit.
used the first test subject to test the last subject, and then she killed the first test subject. You should watch it. I would say recommend go watch it on Netflix.
I mean, she should have never came back to her house.
She set her up so she did come back to the house.
I know she should have never came back.
The girl didn't remember that she was the first test subject. She had gave the baby to the humans. You'll see. Once you watch it, you're like, oh, okay, this movie's interesting.
How long is it?
Well, 90 minutes, I believe. Oh. But within the first 5 minutes, I knew something was wrong with the amount of days they put up there and the age of the girl. I'm just like, what? How did the girl?
You're like, this shit don't make no sense. Like, she should be older than that.
And it was just something that clicked on me because recently I did something to figure out how old I was in days, and I was just like, something's off about that because weird, yeah.
So basically, good timing for you doing that thing to figure out how old you were in days.
And then I didn't, because this was last night because I was like super up. So it was after I talked to you, Mogul, and I couldn't go to sleep, so I just turned that bitch on and watched it.
Oh, you just watched it this morning?
Yeah,
okay.
You watched it this morning?
Yeah, I watched it like 2 weeks ago.
That's how long it's been out? I thought it was that other movie with Brie Larson.
It might have been a week. It might have been.
There's a movie with Brie Larson?
Something about motherhood. I kept seeing that movie. I thought it was something like, she got a movie where, not Brie Larson, where she represents Mother Earth, and it's some, I didn't watch it.
Okay, it seemed like some weird hipster shit.
Yeah, some weird hippie feminist bullshit agenda. I ain't watched that one. What else we got?
But then they said, then she was like a conscious of all the robots.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what
I don't think that girl realized that when she was saving her black brother. That was another thing.
Oh shit!
She had like all these embryos of babies.
And she chose the black brother.
Really, it was a black baby. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
how are they gonna? So once they get all these people who are populated, what is the end game?
To raise another human, like a better human race. Who isn't?
She want like something like Thanos.
You know how
the
selfish
Thanos
we are?
theory.
Like,
I mean, they're eventually gonna become selfish. I mean, all right, whatever. All right, I'm getting
that's
too
why
far
she
into
would've
it.
killed them. Like you'll see, once you watch it, you'll see.
Toy Story 4, none of us saw this week, so
Oh, man.
we will. I mean, they still made their money. I'm gonna go see it next
Reeves is
week.
in there, right?
Yeah, he's a toy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Who is he?
He's one that looks like
Oh, Robert Knievel, Evil Knievel.
Evil Knievel. Yeah. He's basically like our Evil Knievel like toy.
Oh, I did see another Keanu Reeves movie. It was called Mimic. It failed in theaters. I saw it on Netflix.
How was it?
It fell for a reason.
It fell for a
It
reason.
fell for a reason. I don't understand how he's so cool now. Apparently, Keanu Reeves is in the culture.
I mean,
or what?
He's just in the culture.
He's like a
regardless.
One Piece. I never thought of him as a great actor. He's good for what he is.
I feel like the problem with Keanu Reeves is that he needs to choose his roles better. He's better off as a lead character in a post-apocalyptic or what otherwise bad world.
He's one-dimensional.
Yeah, he's
Because I liked him as Constantine too.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Somebody
We
give
need
him
another
credit for it.
Constantine, but I think he just has to have roles that are tailored to his acting
Keanu,
ability
dark.
and his style.
And I'm kind of vague.
But he did play in at least 2 major blockbuster.
He was in Bill and Ted's Answer Adventure.
What was that? The Matrix and the John Wick.
Yeah, those are his biggest.
But
ones.
those are like to me, those are kind of like the same type of.
Characters.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like how I remember we had
You
that conversation
typecast.
before, and you said, what's the other dude name to do all his own stunts? What's his name? Not Jackie Chan, but the white
You
dude.
typecast.
What's his name?
No, what's the white guy? who
Mission
does-
Impossible.
Yeah, Tom
Tom
Cruise.
Cruise. You know what I'm saying? That's
I'm gonna give
he
him
can
a
only
fan.
play
Mission
himself.
Impossible
He's
for
typecast.
40
Yeah,
years
typecast.
now.
That's what I'm talking about.
I've never understood the plot of Mission Impossible.
And this nigga like 5.
There's almost
Man,
no
I was
plot
saving the
to
world
Mission
if you want
Impossible
5 too.
beyond Mission Impossible 1 and 2. Like those ones had an intricate plot. Every Mission Impossible after that has been trash.
I never really
As far
watched
as plot.
past
This one you
the
said
third
was good?
The first two, because
one.
the first
one
two
that came out
made
last
sense.
year was good. Or
I
2
mean,
years
I feel
ago.
like people just
I don't think it was as fulfilling as the second one.
Nah.
I remember
Well,
the
they're making
second
another one, so
He said, "How do you say?"
I mean, they gonna keep making them because that one was a commercial success.
Y'all hear this
one. Tom
man?
Cruise is 5'2".
How do you save the world at 5'2"? That's funny.
you could take over the world at 5 foot.
Exactly, you can take over the world at 5 foot. So
Napoleon.
5'2" might be the perfect world dominating, or maybe it's a
Yeah,
Scientology.
it
Who
mimics on
knows?
Netflix. Watch it, and I watched The Box. A lot of Netflix movies this week.
Did you not watch Always Be Your Maybe? Because Keanu Reeves was in that one too.
I didn't watch it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was more so people recognizing that Asians have culture too, and it's like,
Oh, Amy Lee, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
yeah, she cute.
She's supposed to do good stand up. Not our type of stand up, but
I'm messing with you. I like Amy Wong, but Amy Lee, I don't think.
I
I've
don't
seen
think
her
women
stuff.
are funny.
I mean, I feel like that goes back to the argument of a lot of men cannot conceptualize either a funny woman or a woman as your boss. Like that's two of the things that men can't conceptualize. Funny woman as your boss.
I've given them chances. I think they can be funny, but I don't think they are funny. Like I've never met a comedian woman. I'm like, man, she's hilarious.
You don't like Wanda Sykes?
She can be funny.
You
I
don't like
Samoa. It's funny.
gosh,
She
what is
can
her
be funny.
name? Whoopi Goldberg? I thought Whoopi
She
Goldberg's
can be
hilarious.
funny.
No, Whoopi Goldberg for me is hilarious.
Sister Act.
Like not just
Stand up.
Sister Act, but some of her stand up was pretty good too.
Yeah, I'm like, she's all right. Like,
I mean,
they can't
her
be,
movies are on point.
They, can
always.
be, they can't be great to me.
Who's the actual Dave Chappelle of the female comedy?
They don't have one.
The
I
closest
don't
would be
think they have
Whoopi Goldberg.
Or that white
Would it
girl.
be?
I thought that white girl, they really hate her.
What, Amy Schumer? Fuck
Yeah,
no.
Amy
That's
Schumer.
she
Fuck
trash.
no, she's trash.
She's trash.
Is she
She's not
really-
even.
is
She's
she
not
really
good by
trash?
any standard.
No standard.
No
Okay.
standard is
Trash
Amy
standard,
Schumer
she's
good.
still-
Well, they
Trash.
protected her. She was the second most protected person.
Oh no,
Next
no,
to
we
Brie
know
Larson.
she's protected.
Well,
but at the same
Yeah.
time, the reason she's protected is because every basic white woman sees themselves in Amy Schumer. It's kind of like when people are like, "Oh man, Kevin Hart's not funny." You're allowed to say Kevin Hart's not funny, but you're not allowed to say Amy Schumer is trash, even though
Kevin
she's
Hart
trash.
is funny.
See, the thing is,
It's just tired at this point.
Amy Schumer's comedy is all about self-degradation.
Yeah.
So all she does is trash her. Like she'll come out with some a bad soup, and then she'll trash her soup for a 10-minute set, and then talk about how fat she is.
Exactly. It's like at this point in time, that's not good anymore. Like you got to have something that evolves.
Right.
I think the problem is that
And
the legendary male comedians
Like George
have.
Carlin, that dude's hilarious.
Yeah,
man.
he is.
Like even for like you say, I didn't used to think white people were funny, but there are some funny fucking white people. Too.
There are.
George Carlin.
George Carlin's one.
George Carlin. What's that dude?
He real pale, kind of chunky. What's his name?
Even Wong is kind of funny.
Oh, you talking about fucking Bill Burr?
I'm bad with
Oh,
names.
Bill
but
Burr
it might
is
be.
funny.
Yeah, Bill Burr is
Who's the
hilarious.
dude with the puppets? Because he's not funny.
Yeah,
No, that guy, fuck him. Yeah, the guy with the puppet, fuck him.
The other guy's funny.
It was good the first
You
two
ever watch
stand-ups.
Reno 911, the gay guy who used to be on skates?
Oh, yeah, that
He's
nigga's
funny.
hilarious.
He got his moments, of course, but... Like,
No, he's hilarious in, like, the moments that they put him in, because it's
what's
just
that
like...
white guy you said who said something offensive? He kind of raped somebody or whatever?
Wait, what?
What, Ben Roethlisberger? Not just joking. Because he's not hilarious, and he's a rapist.
But no, the white guy. He used to have a show on FX.
Oh,
Louis-
you mean
Louis
you're
CK.
talking about Louis
Louis
C.K.
CK. He's funny
Oh,
too.
the jerk off dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, can I
Mr.
jerk
Jerkoff.
off in front of you?
Yeah, that was the most
Weird.
hilarious but weird thing that somebody's ever
Yeah,
done.
he's
At
funny.
least he asked.
No. The fact that he was asking women to jerk off in front of them, like Louis C.K., you couldn't just paid a prostitute to sit there or an escort or whatever. Like you make too much money to make dumb fucking decisions. It was almost like when
Wait,
Eddie
that was
Murphy
a joke?
got.
He actually did that?
Yes,
Nah, he did it.
And one was like, and Dave Chappelle got on it because Dave Chappelle is always on time with his comedy. He was like, to tell me that you say that Louis C.K. masturbating in front of you is the thing that made you unable to do your comedic dreams. You got a brittle soul. I mean, Dave Chappelle was 100% on that shit because he's right. If a man saying something like that to you broke your comedy dreams, you didn't really have dreams. I mean, look at Tiffany Haddish. She was living in the back of cars, probably did some strange for some change. We'll never know. But in any case, she has worked the system all the way up to get to where she is right now. Yeah. So you can't say that this one guy doing this one thing. Because, I mean, she had niggas molesting her at like 9. It didn't make that her whole thing for the rest of her life. She was like, Tiffany Haddish.
Hey, I try to watch her stand-up. I think they make their stand-up for women. Wow.
Well, that is also part of it, is
right.
that they're
It's so
going to their market.
serious. Yeah,
Because they
so
know for the most part, I mean, regardless, like two things men can accept. Women being funny and female bosses. It's hard for
I think
dudes
they made it for women. It's like Beyonce. Every time I listen to her, like, she's so great. She's great to females. While when I listen to dudes, they can be great for everybody. Like a female rapper, there are very few female rappers I be like are great.
See, I'll give you that, but I won't give you Beyonce. Beyonce, I think, is a great artist.
No.
I'm not gonna say great singer.
She's above average.
She
has
is.
access to all the great
She
songwriters.
well, she has. Well, it's not
No,
even about
she had
access to it.
'Cause
She.
if you listen to her songs, like what was that song? My hands up, my hands. I'm like, this
She's
is a
not
basic
saying
bitch song.
anything.
Like Adele.
But
Like
the
again-
dude wrote that, but I believe the dude
Yeah,
wrote
but
that.
again, it doesn't matter who wrote it. I think the thing about
I think
it.
she is a good entertainer.
I
think
give
she's a
her
great
artist
package.
because it's the whole package. Like
Yeah.
she gets
But
timing, she
far
gets
as-
delivery, she gets everything, and also she's married to Jay-Z's. Like she's got that business mindset.
she's average in everything.
Nah, I don't think she's average at everything.
What is she great at?
I think she's great at entertaining. I think she's
Entertaining is like the whole package. So I give her. Nobody's great at everything. Like look at Sierra. Sierra's a better dancer than Beyonce.
Oh,
but she's
without a doubt.
definitely not a better singer.
she's not. Well,
Yeah.
the problem is it's not even about her being a better singer. It's that she don't have a song that you're just like, I'm gonna listen to that Sierra song right now. Beyonce got a whole catalog of shit that
kinda
girls will
popular.
listen to and women will listen to. Man, the Beehive is vicious, but at the same time, I kind of like that. I like the fact that they're willing to band together behind this one thing, no matter what she does. Because when people were saying that her version of Before I Let Go was better than the original, I want to slap the shit out of a bunch of people.
Was
because
that Teddy Pendergrass song or whose song was that?
I thought that was Frankie Beverly.
Frankie Beverly. Before I Let Go. That song.
Exactly, yeah. She remade it and people were like, oh my God, this song is so great. It's
bitches
like,
like-
have you never heard Frankie Beverly's
They
original?
think he's better. They think she's better than Michael Jackson as an entertainer. As an entertainer, I give Michael Jackson like that's the guy. That's the standard.
I think he is the king of pop. Like, still very much
I
so.
think he's the king of entertainment. Period. Like pop, rap. I don't care. Like I've never.
I'll give you that.
It
Like,
doesn't matter. The closest nigga who was second to me was Prince.
yeah, Prince was a close second, but still world difference between the two as far as
I don't know about
entertainment.
world.
How do you rate entertainers though?
Like, no matter your skin color, wherever you come from, whatever, we can all be entertained. Now, there's a political thing behind Beyonce because of that Formation song, where a lot of white men tried to shut her down, but I don't think white
But then
women
when
joined it, too.
Baychella came around, that completely changed because she did a whole set incorporating a whole bunch of other people and their music, and other things. And that was just like the first time somebody did that on the Coachella stage, which is why people call it Baychella. But at the same time, she's a marketing genius. She's the only person to be like, yeah, Coachella, I'm going to own my performance. And they're like, yeah, you are. It's like, that's the level of marketing. That's the level of brand. That's the level of artistry. Because a lot of people would have been like, Coachella, I'm sure you can have whatever. But she finessed that into something else and then finessed that into something else.
Like $12 million?
Their first deal to her was $12 million. And then she was like, fuck that, I'll take $4 million, I want my rights. And then she turned that into a Netflix thing and a fucking downloadable, which is done fucking numbers.
She's one of the few artists who can demand at Coachella. Coachella's one of the biggest.
Jay-Z could have demanded that. Drake could demand that. There's
a bunch.
That's top
I know they're all top, but they don't do that.
They know that coming to Coachella and be like, we gonna own our performances.
No, I get that, but I'm saying Drake, nobody else has done that. Yeah. That's the difference. Jay-Z, we know why, because he doesn't give a fuck about that.
Well,
because
Jay-Z's fell off, and we didn't.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, he doesn't. Drake should be able to demand that, but he's never going to because he likes staying close. Beyonce is willing to, like, take things in different directions, and that's what I think adds into her entertainment value because she's always thinking of how do I do things that are going to be different that people are not going to imagine.
I don't think that Drake has a cult following like Beyonce.
No, he had one. He had one.
His cult. Beyonce has a cult following. Like, you can't even be objective with somebody who's on Beyonce. If you say something trash, they're ready to fight.
Drake is just that rapper everybody can like. Like white people, black people.
He's relatable.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that.
I'll give you that.
He don't have the beehive. Yeah. With the Drake.
I'll give you that. The following is different. The following is different. His world's different.
Correct.
She definitely has more of a cult following. But I'm just saying, like, the level of artistry to where you could be like, look, this is how I'm gonna plot my moves.
We agree on that. Yeah, we're
like she's definitely
that's like Michael Jackson and the Beatles move.
Well, yeah. Michael Jackson be like, I'm gonna own your catalog, bitches.
About the Beatles, like,
but of course they got the last fuck you when Paul McCartney bought it back after he died. But then again, that goes back to niggas don't fucking own their shit. Like you need to have like
Prince did.
If this podcast, exactly.
Didn't Prince buy him as well?
No, Prince had the same thing happen to him.
Yeah, that's why he changed his name to the artist formerly known as.
Yeah, because he got fucked over.
And then he fucked. I can't remember what he did, but he got his shit.
No, he got his shit back, but then he lost it again when
he didn't protect himself
when he died. Again, all these artists, no matter how great they are, they just don't fucking plan. Like we know Jay-Z is planned, we know Beyonce is planned, but those are the only two I can think of that probably have. Drake probably ain't playing shit.
We in a different era now. I mean, back then it was like a talent carry you to a certain place, but right now it's about ownership. So that's why Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Jay-Z was the first like rapper on top of it to come out and get his shit. And he did it in the most slick way. That's why him and Dame Dash.
Wasn't Diddy before him?
Nah, Diddy owned it, but Diddy didn't get the Bad Boy like record label as his until like what was it after Big died?
He became the king of rock, he became the CEO of Def Jam. I'm trying to remember how Jay-Z did it. But I know that's why him and Dame Dash was cool because he tried to buy it from Dame Dash originally.
Because Dame Dash because remember Dame Dash fronted him all this fucking money and took all these risks.
Stacey Dash.
Exactly.
He went to the Jewish man.
Jay-Z understood that.
I mean, but the thing about it is, you can't fuck me out of this shit after we've been... Like, that's one of the things where I always have a knock towards Jay-Z, because it's like, you got to always keep your day ones out the gutter, to quote Denzel Curry. Like, that's your ride or die nigga. Like, you never can put that nigga in the gutter. And that's what he did. Now, at the same time, Dame Dash is a complete asshole without the bark or the bite to go behind it. So
he only said Memphis Bleak ain't never got to make a song. He said Memphis Bleak was his nigga. He ain't say nothing about Dame Dash.
And Tata.
And what the hell is Tata?
Tata is his little rollie.
Yeah. He's still around?
Yeah. Oh. They he the one who slapped R. Kelly. He slapped R. Kelly when he was on the tour. Yeah.
I mean, that was smart.
Like he the guy that goes behind Jay. Like he got a problem behind scene when R. Kelly acting like a diva on that the Best of Both Worlds tour.
R. Kelly deserved that slap. Fuck R. Kelly and everything that goes along with
whatever. R. Kelly music dope.
No, I'm not saying his music.
No, his music. I
said fuck R. Kelly.
I don't know anything to his present. What about all his past?
Presently, he dealing with some issues.
I mean, the thing about it is, what's gonna be hilarious is that R. Kelly is gonna die. Somebody else is gonna get his music, and then people gonna be like, stream it now. It's completely legal. It's gonna be like, all right, okay.
Well, he don't own his.
But people are gonna wait for him to die so that he no longer gets royalties before they're gonna be like R. Kelly, just throw him back in the mix. But since we in music, I'm gonna skip over sports.
We had the draft this week, man.
No. I'm not going to skip sports. I'm just while we're in music, let's stay on music. Then we'll go into sports.
Ain't nobody listen to these niggas but you.
Hey, Lil Nas X's seven song EP was good.
Lil Nas X album.
Now the thing about it that wasn't so good is that this really is a 6-track song EP.
Lil Nas X, you're never gonna top that song. Tell him you're just trying to top yourself, never that song. And that's the only way you're gonna last.
I mean, no, Rodeo was pretty good. I can see Rodeo being a thing. Panini is average at best. Closure wasn't bad, and then the other ones were kind of forgettable. But he's got at least 4 songs. And that's what we expect from artists when they make something short. But my main thing is the fact that he actually came out the EP and actually got hot with, the kids. That's the thing that matters. Because as long as you can keep it in the youth culture, you'll be fine. Because you're not going to appeal to no 30-something-year-old niggas on this shit. You're going to be appealing to
I love Old Town Road.
I mean, Old Town Road. That's why I said he really has a 6-song EP, because Old Town Road and Old Town Road Remix are shit we've already heard. So really, there's only 6 songs on this track, on this album. It's called 7 EP. Really, it's 8 songs on there, but really, it don't matter because 2 of these songs we done heard to fucking death. Old Town Road Remix. Although, smart for you to start off your album with the Old Town Road remix. Overall, good start, Lil Nas X. Hopefully this proves that you can stay in it. But the problem is now is that, as R. Reed is saying, now you got to make another Old Town Road to help carry whatever your actual album is going to be. Because now that you've burnt these 2 songs on an EP, can't use them again. Or if you do, people going to be looking at you. Again. I mean, you can, but people going to be looking at you like when Drake threw Hotline Bling at the end of...
Views from the 6 or...
Yeah, Views from the 6.
You listen to this, Ilovemakonnen.
Yeah, so Ilovemakonnen M3 was actually way better than I expected.
I only listened to one song before I heard that, and that was a single, Spend It.
Yeah, Spend It was good. Shoot It was good. There was one other one that was really well done. Overall, it's good and it progresses well. And that's kind of what you want out of an EP.
That nigga's an ass rapper.
Again, he's never said that he's been like the best rapper. Drunk on a Saturday was decent, but I'm Not Okay and Money Fiend were pretty good.
I like Spend It.
No, I know you love Spend It. That's why he ended the album with Spend It.
Because I heard that song got something else. And he's on another song that's pretty hot. Y'all need to listen to it with Lil Peep. Is Lil Peep the one dead?
Yeah, Lil Peep's the one who died.
That I've Been Waiting.
Oh, so they finally released I've Been Waiting.
They got a video.
Shit, they got a video now too?
Damn. Why you gotta treat me, so... Is he talking about drugs?
Yeah, if it's Lil Peep, it's always about drugs.
I love that
and
song.
Suicidal thoughts. Those are his bread and butter. This is bread and butter.
I like Lil Peep, man.
No, Lil Peep is GOAT. I mean, I got his fucking album right behind you. LP right behind you.
I won't buy on LP.
I mean, I bought his LPs. I thought
I'm gonna listen to it. Which one should I listen to?
What, his Lil Peep albums?
Yeah.
His Come Over When You're Sober, Volume 1. Volume 2 is the one that you're going to like the bonus tracks, but Volume 1 is the actual one with actual songs. But we'll go into sports, because it's pretty much it for music. Everything else that came out was kind of like, all right, I thought Toby Lou's single, Waterboy, was great, but at this point in time, nigga, you've done like 3 EPs back to back, so I need a fucking album. Like, don't give me like this one song unless you're going to have one. Next week up will be Brian Emanuel with whatever his album's going to be, and I'm looking forward to that. If you didn't know who I'm talking about, that was the artist formerly known as Rich Chigga, who had that whole I don't give a fuck about a motherfucking Pope. Yeah, well, he came out the album. He came out the album. I think started last year, but it was very different than anything else that he had come out with, and it took a while for it to catch on. Kind of like Joji, but Joji gets the benefit of having a lot of white fans, whereas Rich Chigga still is kind of figuring out what his niche is in the hip-hop community. Because if you want to rap, that's cool, but you got to have someone you're rapping to. And the Rich Chigga thing, people was behind that, but then you started getting more talking about love and all the other stuff. And really, we just wanted you to act like you was hard as fuck. That's what your old target market was. But it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. So let's go ahead and talk about sports, because this week has been vicious. You want to start out with the LaVar Ball, or you want to go into the Hawks draft? Which one you want to go with?
So LaVar Ball was on First Take, and LaVar Ball says, she's like, we should switch gears. Her name's Molly Kiram. That's Jalen Rose's wife.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
Jalen Rose's wife. All right.
So everybody hates Jalen Rose's wife.
She is terrible.
I'm not defending her. I'm just stating that as fact.
But either way, then she said, yeah, we should switch gears. And LaVar Ball says, I'll switch gears with you anytime.
Yeah, it seems pretty innocent. It's just a remark.
And it says he made a sexualist comment, and ESPN said they're going to ban him from TV. And LaVar Ball said, You can't ban me. I'm already on. I got my own shit. I got to go back there. I mean, who gives a fuck? Yeah, it wasn't sexist whatsoever. LaVar Ball just said, I'll switch gears with you anytime. Like, you can take it sexually, but that's on you.
Exactly. It's not like he did this. He was like, I'll switch gears. Like, he did the motion of switching gears, like it was a car.
Yeah.
All right, he wasn't like, I'll switch gears. Like
They've been coming from LaVar Ball anyway.
I mean,
Ball,
they've been gumming for him because he's a black man who can speak his mind without anyone telling him
he
what
don't
to do.
care what the fuck you say. He has a ruling class mentality, as they say.
What was her? Did she have any concerns?
No, even she didn't make it into a thing. The only people who made it into a thing was everybody who wasn't in the
white
room.
women. I mean, white women behind the scenes.
Pretty much.
Probably.
Pretty much. They're like, girl, you didn't feel all offended by that? And she was like, we were
like, I'm
having a
already taking
conversation.
black dick.
I fucked my husband and I mind my business. So what do y'all, what do
And
you,
she's still on First Take when no one likes her.
But she can stay on First
If you
Take
ever watch
because
it,
she's a white woman.
No, she's not white.
Nah,
What is she?
I don't
Like
think she's
Indian.
right.
For me,
She's,
I still keep that as
half
white.
Albanian, half Italian.
So I was right. She's white.
This bitch bad though. I ain't gonna flex.
This is bad though.
I mean, I
She's only on TV because she's pretty. Because the way her voice is annoying. She drags and she'll just say
She's
something
not really a
weird.
efficient moderator.
No, she's a terrible moderator. She's the worst moderator First Take has ever had.
I mean, no, she's great if you actually like the argument going on because she's like,
No.
stop it, guys, and she doesn't stop.
Should okay, let's say we having a conversation. She'd be like, hold on, guys, wait.
And be like, wow, really? That's
what
how
the
you
fuck
feel?
Yeah, but her body A1.
I mean, if this is what you like, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't covet other men's wives.
Hey, I respect Jalen Rose, so that's why I took the other comment away. Jalen Rose is one of my favorite TV personalities because he a real nigga that came from Detroit. He a little PC, came from Detroit and made himself into something, even though you're still an athlete. He has a better career after an athlete because if, watching a little basketball, he's the one that guarded Kobe in his infamous 80-point game.
Okay.
80-point game.
Also, in the NBA draft, I went to the Hawks draft party. NBA draft, Zion Williams got drafted first. Ja Morant
Of course.
went second. Mike Conley got traded to the Jazz with a lot of people.
For what?
Kyle Korver, people like that. Oh, it's just a bunch.
So just reshuffling old niggas?
Yeah. The third pick was RJ Barrett. He went to the Knicks. The Hawks ended up trading for the fourth pick from the Pelicans, which they received from the Lakers when they traded Anthony Davis. And the Hawks drafted Culver, and they also, we're going to talk about the Hawks because we're in Atlanta. They also drafted Cam Reddish.
Hold on, Culver.
Culver, he's on Virginia.
Oh.
So I think he's a small forward.
Okay, small forward, not a bad.
So the draft was just weird, but the top, Zion went 1, of course, and RJ went 3rd. They was on the same team. Cam Reddish went 8th or 10th.
So he's still in the top 10.
Yeah, Cam Reddish is somebody who can be a star or he can be a bust. I don't know.
No one knows yet.
No one knows yet. We'll see. What else?
And you talked about Zion
He's
like a
third
couple
option.
podcasts ago.
Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
He'll be the new LeBron probably.
Probably.
I think he's going to leave New Orleans after 7 years. We'll see.
That's how much they gave him? Enough to stay in New Orleans for 7
you
years?
stay for
4
the
years,
first
you get that
4
little
years.
simple contract, 12 million.
Is it 4 years?
4 years, 12 million.
12, 15, somewhere right now. But he probably gonna get
That's
100.
a shaft.
He gonna get 100 million, and then the next contract that's where he end up with 100+ million contract.
Here's that second.
And then that's also when he'll start getting more of the endorsements because he probably got something now. but-
Nike's probably gonna give him 100 million.
He should get at least 80 million from Nike.
Yeah.
That's what they're projecting.
Okay. I mean, I agree with that. I think the boy deserves it. So, on the thoughts of LeBron, since we just mentioned that,
LeBron got Anthony Davis.
what do you think they're going to be able to do? That's my
Crap.
main thing. I think...
They're gonna lose.
I don't think they're going to be able to do anything. Like, realistically...
They have no depth.
They have no
Yeah.
depth, and they got 2 guys. One of
They
them
got
gonna
to
play
run
defense.
48 minutes. What y'all gonna run 40?
LeBron ain't running 10 minutes.
LeBron needs a 3-point shooter, somebody who on the perimeter. LeBron James really only plays one way, and he
Street
needs
ball.
a perimeter. He needs a perimeter, so he wants to
perimeter
drive and
threat.
shoot,
You
or
ain't gonna beat no team like that. Not no good team. They think because Golden State got injured, they gonna win something, but.
It's like, no, you're not. Because Golden State lost to
That's a year.
the Raptors because the Raptors are a well-rounded team. You're not going to beat Golden State just because Golden State isn't well-rounded right now because you don't know how things are going to spin out.
I think Golden State would probably still beat them.
I think
No, exactly.
they
If
won
Golden
7
State
with
beats you
KD.
now, then you're not going to win when Golden State
I
gets
think they would have
healthier.
won with KD was there.
Yeah, I think Golden State would have won.
Yeah, I would. If Cody, but he wasn't there, and we knew he wasn't gonna be there. So that's how.
Well, we knew he wasn't going to be there
Raptors.
going into it because
Correct.
he had been running like a fucking
That's
dog
why I had
all
the
the way
Raptors
ran.
in
It pissed me off. I don't even know if y'all even covered it, but it pissed me off when I said, "Why? They know KD hurt." I said, "They don't give a damn."
He
about
went
KD.
out there.
I said, "They don't give a."
They don't want him. He
Mine
was
said-
supposed to stop him.
They
That's
put
it.
so much pressure. I bet they was putting pressure like.
They can't pressure you in your last year.
No, they can't pressure you.
No,
for
your
shit.
optional year. You know what? Fuck y'all. Give me my money. I'm not even coming back.
Yeah.
That's what he should have done.
He was listening to his teammates. His teammates was pressing him. But I tell everybody like this. You seen Jordan lately?
Nah.
Jordan 6'4".
He's 6'4"? I thought he was 6 feet last time.
Jordan is 6'4", 14 years old. I tell him why young. When you in front of the camera and you around your friends, y'all playing basketball, you tell them we all good, we best friends, bro. But I want you to look at the NBA. Everybody in the NBA is a mini corporation, and you do what's right for you. Not for the team.
Not
Fuck
for the team.
that team.
Fuck the team.
And always go for the money because you can buy a ring later.
Yes.
Like ain't nobody gonna remember you because of no rings. In 20 years,
And rings won't save you, as Michael Jordan's dad found out.
They're talking about LeBron better than Michael Jordan. I mean, some people argue that, and he's nowhere near. He's nowhere near.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not
have
as a player.
the art of Jordan. Jordan will fight you tooth and nail. Like LeBron, as soon as LeBron know that you got the upper hand on him, he quits. He quits.
Yeah.
Like last year, he should have gave. Even though they lost game 1, you should have had the mindset to keep going. It's like LeBron don't do well when it's like someone of equal talent with him on the same floor as him.
Correct.
So, and Kevin Durant was like, that was the antithesis of it. Yo, damn, can't show out with this nigga on the floor too. And he got 2 other people. It's like he gave up too. So the whole team gave up. They ain't give up. What the fuck they gonna do when they run a system that's based on you?
He has always been someone who, towards the end of his career, started doing like that. Because he was way better, like, first, 4 or 5 years when he knew, like, look, I am the team. He was giving it all out, going all out. I think part of it is niggas get old.
Success on the court that doesn't necessarily equate to success in real life.
Well, I mean, that's some shit he should have known from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Because, like, look, man, at this point in time, you know that it's about the money and about staying healthy enough to where after you retire from this shit, you can still have a regular life. Don't be like some of these niggas giving it all on the floor, only end up walking around with a fucking cane.
If you play basketball, you always play for the money. I don't want to ever hear you talking about no goddamn rings unless you're in front of the news media.
Exactly.
I don't want you to switch teams talking about this. These teams will be able to pay the time he's in the league. Anthony Davis gave up $100 million. Let's say maybe over $200 million. No, let's say over $100 million. Because he went to L.A. from New Orleans, from a red state to a super blue state. Talking about I wanted to do it for my legacy. He got tricked by LeBron in them.
Yep.
LeBron is the ultimate manipulator. And he's so passive aggressive, it makes me sick.
He a bitch,
it makes me sick how passive aggressive LeBron is.
He would be a much better tactician if he would actually back it up on the court with the same level of tenacity.
He already don't want enough to be like I've backed it up before. He got 3 rings out of 9 tries.
But see, I think what messed him up.
The fact that he's gotten 9 tries is the hilarious part about it.
You know what's messed up is I think not this season, but his last season in Cleveland. That was one of his best seasons of his career. Mm-hmm. It's like
you remember he came to the end when he lost. He came the last game with a cast on his hand. Mm-hmm. I never forget that, man. That's when I That's when I realized.
But yeah, that was one of the best seasons he had, and it was like it all faltered on one game. It's like, yo, LeBron, I'm starting to question your mental capacity. How strong you are mentally? Can you actually carry it? Like,
yeah. I mean, you should, based on how he performs as a person, because this is a game, and yeah, it's all millionaires doing millionaire shit. But at the same point in time, like, we don't need you over here fucking around doing whatever if that's really gonna end up being nothing. Like at the end of it, like we came to watch a game be played, not to watch someone be like, all right, they gonna win, so fuck it.
He on the Lakers to be a Laker, not necessarily win a championship.
Yeah.
And they traded half that team away for Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis is a weakling.
Yep.
They say he's like a top 5 player. I don't believe it.
But let's go ahead and let's pivot this into...
Let's switch gears.
Or switch the gears.
I'll switch gears with you anytime.
Right back at you. Let's go ahead and get into relationships. So, a homeboy hit me to something a little while ago, and I'll explain the whole situation. Basically, you know how on the day of your wedding, bride is supposed to wear white. Means that she's pure as well as the fact that everyone else wears some other fucking color. Now, there's a situation where the groom's mother wore white as well and dressed up in a dress which had frills. So what did the head bridesmaid do? Follow that bitch around with some red wine and made sure that she could not dance. And they made her put on a coat. Otherwise, the girl's like, look, I'm gonna let this wine glass go with this red wine. So either you can put on a coat and wear your red dress, or wear your little white dress, or you can have a red dress. One of the two. So my question to you fellas, esteemed black men, what should a best man do to prevent fuckery on his homeboy's best day? Is there anything that you should?
I'm the only one that don't really give a fuck about that day.
I think you might be.
She can have it.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, is there something as you as a best, let's say you're a best man.
His mom obviously didn't want him.
Well, no. That's the bridesmaid's hand. I'm saying, like, if her father came out there in a tux that was trying to look better than your boys, do you feel an obligation?
Like, nigga, you should have dressed better.
I mean, I feel like this, man. Sometimes people just look better in certain situations. So
I mean,
you get mad at the person. Oh,
Nah, that white thing was she knew that.
Yeah, she knew that.
That was a petty thing. She probably didn't like the bride.
Yeah, she probably didn't like the bride and could get her son to.
Yeah, that's just totally.
Yeah, that's a women petty thing. Men don't do that kind of stuff to each other.
No, I don't think it is. But I'm just thinking, is there any scenario you can conceive of?
Hey, if the groom's father-in-law look better than him, nigga, you're marrying into money, all right? You pick well.
I mean, that's actually not a bad argument.
Yeah,
so, is there any conceivable scenario as a best man where you should have to intervene in a situation? Like,
I think you intervene if it's the side chick, old baby mamas.
Okay.
Anything, that's your job. You want to make sure that
I'm inviting my baby mama to my wedding.
You want to make sure your man. You want to make sure your man is good. You want to make sure, but on the bride side, you ain't got nothing to do with that side.
you only blocking like other men, basically.
So you want to make sure he have a good time the night before the wedding, but not too much of a good time.
Exactly. Get into some trouble, but not
Yeah,
like
don't be smashing
3
no
hookers
chicks
in
the night
there.
before
Use
your
a
wedding.
condom, my nigga.
Well, use a condom. I would tell you not to do it.
Yeah, I would tell you
You
not
should
to
have
do
had
it.
that fun a long time ago.
You should have done that a long time ago.
We'll do this together, bro. We're going to do this together.
Nah, I
got
was
your back.
at a
Let's get our stories together.
one of my homeboys' bachelor party. He had a stripper come to his house. He smashed the stripper in the bedroom. So he got to get
That's
that
just
last.
nasty. Do that
he
in
had
your
to get
own
it out.
bedroom. You can't get
He had
it
to
in your
out.
bedroom.
Like,
He could have been got
we paid like
that
$200.
last one is never the last one.
Exactly.
Because if you can't stop now, you ain't going to stop later.
Exactly. If
Did he
you
stop?
were like, you know what, man, I gotta go for it.
I just
Like, we're saying you can hold other titties, but we're saying like the fact that you needed to. If you don't want to be married, it's 2019, my nigga. Like, figure your shit out.
I don't recommend nobody get married anyway.
I mean, I recommend it for the tax benefits, but that's about it.
I don't think nobody
I
should get
don't
married.
know the tax benefits versus the epilogue of the relationship.
I mean, but the epilogue can go a lot of ways for a lot of different people. Because at the same time, I was hearing some stories from some people about what's the thing that they knew in the wedding that made them realize the relationship wasn't gonna make it out. And one was like, "Oh yeah, we found the groom and one of the bridesmaids having sex in the fucking bathroom." It's like, yeah, that lets you know that the marriage ain't gonna work out. That shit right there lets you know.
Yeah, that bitch
Or
right.
like one, which was funny, the groom was crying the entire wedding. They were not tears of joy.
Damn.
God damn.
Yeah. Then again, he was at a shotgun wedding, so I mean, I don't know what you expect.
Shotgun.
Justice of the peace. If I don't.
I mean, it's one of those things, but it's
do my
like,
best
dog,
to convince.
if you knew that you're gonna have to marry this chick, and you should have known. Like,
I'll show you something, man. Do
Go
y'all
ahead.
feel like at this day and age right now, going on right now, you feel like a prenup is like automatic?
not automatic because you have to go and file that, but
I feel like a prenup is like, well,
it depends. Do you own?
if
Do you
you-
own
if you-
more
You gotta
stuff?
come in there with something. Too.
Yeah. Do you own
that's
more
what I'm saying.
stuff?
Like, my thing is this: like, if you ever were to start talking to a female and y'all start talking about marriage, and she's like, and then you like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Whatever prenup. She gonna be like, what you need a prenup for? You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
first
Like,
and
you don't feel
foremost,
like that
any
comes
person who
from the
says
jump.
that what you need a prenup for is not someone that you should be thinking about marrying. Because anyone who has a business mindset understands the prenup is to make sure that both of us leave here with our assets. I read a case today about a woman who just 15 years later decided we need to get a divorce. This actually happened in 1999, so we lived through this shit. And the guy granted her a divorce. Then 3 months later, he saw that a check came to his house from the lottery commission because Home Skillet had won like $1.1 million. And she had the audacity to be like,
Didn't they end up giving that to him?
oh yeah.
They gave him all of it, right?
All of every single fucking penny.
Yeah.
And she had the audacity to make the argument in court
Yeah, I remember
that he shouldn't get it because we were mentally divorced. Well, mentally divorced doesn't mean shit because marriage is a partnership. So when you decided to marry him, that's for worse or for better. And guess what? It got better, so that means he deserved some of that check. If you had just cut him in and said, you know what, I won the lottery, but I'm not feeling this relationship, I'll give you half as legally required. He probably, since he was a nice guy, would have probably said, you can just give me 25%. But since you decided to try to screw this man over, you lost twice. You lost on the first thing when the judge handed it down, and then you lost on the appeal. And you better be glad that you were white. The judges should have awarded his lawyer fees on top of that so that you have to work every day till you die. But they were kind enough not to do that. My nigga got $1.1 million, so he's living a good life.
If a guy would ever do that to my wife, I'm going to be like, look, I'm going to cheat on her because I won a lottery. All right? I'm gonna let you know I ain't cheating on you with my money, just my dick and my heart is still with you.
My heart is still with you.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a bad
that's
reason.
a reasonable thing to literally say that because I'm just like
I don't think you can actually say that.
I can sleep with any woman I want now because I am a fucking multimillionaire. You think I'm just gonna sit here with you and dolly?
Multi-millionaire?
We talking about? Let's say you want 60 million.
I mean, if you want 60 million by
But
yourself,
he didn't say 60 million. He said
Well,
1.1.
Hold on, but there was.
but still, that's $66,000 a year. That's enough to live off of 1999, nigga.
1999, nigga, you ain't
Yeah,
working.
an interest-bearing account. Yeah,
You put that shit in interest-bearing account and just continue working for another
30,000
2.
How much of that was taken out from taxes?
Oh, none of that was taken out from taxes.
None of it?
Well, from what his award winning, the $66,000 for how many ever years? No, they took taxes out of that. But at the same time, if you just work a regular job and you just let that shit build up in an account, after 10 years you can quit. You can go on do whatever it is you really want to do. Because by that point in time, that money is making budgets.
Man, I think that would be gone like after a couple of years.
No, it's not gonna be. No, not if
A
you.
million?
we don't live in California. No.
No, he did live in California, but he lived in California at a good time.
I'm saying for us, like
Nigga,
in an interest-bearing account, 1.1 million, at least at 10%.
nigga, you gonna work the next 10 years, you ain't making million.
Exactly. If you well, no, this is a teachable moment. The difference is, Arm said, is that when you have over 10 figures to put down in a bank, they'll give you an interest-bearing account. When they give you an interest-bearing account, that's when you actually make money.
Yeah.
Because normally what they do is they give you 1-2%. Interest-bearing account, they give you 8, 10, 12, 14%, depending on how much. And if they know that you're going to get a guaranteed $66,000, they'll probably be willing to give you either that 12 or that 10. And with either of those, I mean, in 6 years, whatever money you have in there is double. So if you start out with $66,000, but they know it's going to keep accruing,
Wait,
you
so
can,
you have a certain amount of money in the bank, they
compounded
add
interest.
interest into your account?
No. So it's an interest-bearing account. So the whole purpose of this is you're rich, so we're going to give you more interest because we're really going to use your money.
Yeah, because it's backwards as fuck.
Poor people sustain rich people's lifestyles. Like that's the main thing that people need to get into their mind. Poor people, I'm sorry, but you sustain rich people's lifestyle. I don't know if you had this option yet, but one day you will, because I see greatness in all black men. Is that eventually you'll get a personal banker, right? Like Wells Fargo. When you get a personal banker, that's when they start giving you that interest-bearing account. They start giving you like, hey, how much do you want a loan for? No, just give us an amount. And we'll fucking write you a check for that amount of money because we know that you'll be able to get it back. Like Andre 3000 stopped by the Best Buy store he used to work at. He had a black card. When the girl asked him about it, he was like, oh yeah, they gave it to us right after our first album went platinum. They're like, here's a card. Use as much as you want. Just get back.
It's unlimited. Yeah, it's unlimited.
Yeah, it's a black card. You can spend as much money as you want. When they give you a black card, one is made out of metal because it's a real fucking card. And two, there's no limits. There's no whatever. Like, nigga, you could burn through $100 million and they not gonna trip over it because they know.
Like 1%.
Exactly. Exactly. And the interest rate on that is 1%. And it's annually because it's an Amex. So you don't pay your interest on shit till the end of the year. Not this month-to-month shit. That's for broke niggas. You pay your shit end of the year. That's why a lot of businesses don't like Amex cards, because people who have Amex cards are dicks because, yeah, I'm going to buy up as much shit as I want because I don't pay this interest till the end of the year. So how much ever I borrowed over the course of the year, yeah, I pay that shit up at the end, but I don't pay this shit during now, so I'm going to spend as much fucking money as I want. But getting back kind of to the earlier point, but when the court gave that man that victory, that was like a victory of, this is why you don't screw over your spouse. So kind of what Ari is saying is right. It's like, look, as long as you don't cheat on people financially, your marriage is going to go well. I mean, you shouldn't cheat on them, period.
I always told you, like, I'll tell you before we get married, like my idea of the Rainbow Coalition of Children. Like, I've already told you, have I ever told you guys this?
What's the chance that
yeah, I've
she's
heard this
gonna
one
accept
before.
You heard my story about the Rainbow Coalition of Children?
It depends on how much money you have. Because as we talked about with rich niggas, there's a reason that stripper had Drake's baby and made sure to tell Drake that it was his.
Yeah.
Even though she probably had fucked 10 other niggas
your
without
rights,
rubbers
your
too.
body only matters if you're broke.
Yeah, it only matters if
your
they...
body, your choice, only if you're broke.
What nigga at 100 million?
Yeah, but a nigga with, hell, 200,000.
Exactly. If you make 200,000, all of a sudden it's not a choice anymore. We're having this baby. Nigga, it might be 100,000 depending on the group.
Oh well, your body, your choice. You should make the right choice. I have. I will name them after you.
Yeah, but there's been plenty of dudes got their side chick pregnant. But that's a relationship story for another time.
Oh no, I'm doing a Rainbow Coalition. I'm not even gonna lie. We're gonna have a social network for my family.
Well, I mean, it just depends on how you do something like that. Because there's some people who do it wrong, some people do it right. There's some people who do it right are the ones who be like, look, you're going to meet these other baby mamas, y'all all going to have whatever. Remember the Terminator from last week? That nigga who has 50 different chicks he's helped get pregnant, and they all got their own little social network. I think Ari, that was your idea, and he just did it before you because.
Yeah, but mine's more of like.
But yours is more connected because you're gonna be part of it.
Different colors of black children all across them, just gonna fit the whole race of white people.
So what you're saying is you can beat white people at their own game.
That's the only way we can win.
Yeah, because this race war thing ain't gonna happen. That's what I told you the other week when I posted Becky. It was a girl from Tinder. He was like, no pork. I was like, bruh, that's the only way we gonna win, bruh. Trying to fight the battle. I've already done my part. I got a black child. That's black
true.
woman. Blackish woman. So I already don't put in the work.
Well, I think part of it is once you get to a certain standpoint, you should just buy the woman out. Like, be like, look, if we have a child, I get 100% custody rights. You can have him on the weekend. Because as long as you do that, then that child really is going to grow up black. Because the problem with most people is that they get into these interracial relationships. Not to say all interracial relationships are like this, but if you're going to do that, you can't be like some of these interracial relationship people where they're just like, yeah, we're going to grow up together. And then really what it is the white side of the family starts making all these little, oh, we got a certain little joke for Junior, you know. Ho, 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 ho. Like, you got to raise up.
I was in that situation. My little black kid be beating the hell out of little white cousin. This is for slavery.
Exactly. But you
know they gonna call him a nigga if they
exactly. Somebody gonna slip up and say it, and your kid needs to know when that happens. Tell dad, because dad got enough money to go down and get a misdemeanor. As long as I hit you less than 5 times, it's a misdemeanor, and not an assault. I mean, it's just I'm pretty sure that you can
5 times. You can hit 1 time. That's assault, bro.
No. 1 time is simple battery. You're just trying to keep it in simple battery.
Depending on what you hit
from
them
8
with.
to 80.
Huh?
From 8 to 80, they can get it.
Yeah, from 8 to 80.
Oh, stupid.
I mean, yeah. He said anybody between them age ranges can get their ass whooped. Anybody. But let's get on to the Tinder story. You hit us up on that one. This girl met this guy on Tinder. They had been speaking back and forth for a couple of months. Said he would be in her city for a couple of days on business. They agreed to meet at Benihana's, which, shout out to Drake for putting Benihana's back on the map. She told him that they would meet there, and after that, she would go back to his hotel with him. So she was basically like, we about to fuck. They met up. They went well. They talked about any and everything. And he let her know that he was relocating to her city. So she was super excited. The bill came and the total was $96. He took out a $100 bill and said, hey, can you get the rest of the tip? And that's when this quote unquote set off red flags on her head. She said the man is supposed to pay for everything, including the tip. So she took another bite out of her food and told him that she left her wallet in her car, and then she basically ghosted this nigga. Then she decided that if you can't pay for dinner without my help, then you're a bomb, period. So first of all,
a bomb?
I think she meant bum, but she said bomb.
But it says bomb.
Yeah. So, first of all, why is it that you think that splitting a tip, of all things, on what? What was that?
The nigga spent $96 on food. You couldn't drop $5?
You could drop $10? Because he already helped you out before.
I don't believe in tipping, so you asking the wrong person.
I mean, $3?
You couldn't drop nothing.
Nah, it's against my religion.
Well, I believe in tipping because I know people who work in the...
That's good, man. You work in those industries, too, and I always tell them to get a better job. I deliver pieces for a living. I know how terrible it is.
I know, but I'm saying I don't contribute to how terrible it is. I'm the only person who's like, you might fuck over everybody else, but you're not going to fuck over me.
I'm the type, I do that with women. If I pay for dinner, then you just got to pay the tip. Like, that's it.
I think that's a reasonable thing.
Because I don't like tipping.
It's not even that. The fact is, I paid for the meal. So you're normally not going to be eating at some place that's like $96. But if you eat some place where it's like $35, you could tip in like $4 or $5. Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Is this is a simple thing.
I wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? I'll go ahead and pay for that and the tip. But sometimes, go ahead and get that for me. Because the only time I would probably really ask for her to pay, you know what I'm saying, for the tip is if I don't have, like...
Cash?
If I ain't trying to break this 20.
Yeah, if I ain't trying to break this, you know what I'm saying, this 20.
Well, see, I normally carry stripper bills because, it's a smart way to go about things. But on top of that, I also don't like tipping the government. So I never tip on a card because that shit gets taxed.
Industry, you always say you get like $2. So.
I know you gotta pay some to the food stamps, but that's why I always tip in cash, because if you want to lie to your coworkers, that's between you and them.
And also this too, man, depends on how the waitress is too. Like if they not a
because
good
it's probably not gonna be a winner.
I would actually really like that would actually make me want to tip somebody if they actually acting right.
I have like 2 good waiters in my life, and it's always been somewhere weird. Like one of them was at Red Lobster, this Jamaican dude. Nigga lied about the food, but he just the way he did it. Such delicacies taken from the Mediterranean Sea. I was like, damn, boy, you got the presentation right. I'm like, why you working here? He said, because I'm good at my job. And just got my tax money too. Tip the nigga $40.
But the thing about it is, that's the kind of service that gets the
that was my
tips.
baby mama tax money. I ain't seen no tax money. Just let y'all know.
Yeah.
But you see, that's what I'm talking about. Like that, it made you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So situations like that, it's like, yeah, I want to. Like, I would actually break this $100 to tip something. You know what I'm saying? But like, if that person, like some female, especially females, man, when they come to work and they just have this attitude, like, what you want.
When somebody gets you with the what you want, then you tip them minimal because you know they have
That's what I'm saying.
I know, but that's when you tip. That's when I tip people like 10%. And the reason I do 10% is I do 10% on card because that hits you twice. One, the government now knows how much tip you got, and two, you still got to split it with kitchen. So that's just as bad as me not tipping you at all. Now that this has been processed and through, there's a paper trail on this shit. And on top of that, now the kitchen knows you got tipped, so they gonna come for their part. Because people keep forgetting is that the kitchen also gets part of the tips at most places. Even though it's fucked up, because those niggas is making like $10, $12, $13 an hour, which, I mean, it's not the best, but at the same time, that shit racks up, especially since half the time the kitchen staff is understaffed because niggas don't show up for work. So you're getting overtime because you're an hourly employee, and you're getting tips on top of that.
See, I go into a restaurant with the expectations of tipping. I don't step foot in a single restaurant without the expectation of the tipping.
Correct.
It's whether the job you put forth dictates how much of the tip you get. So if I'm looking at somebody, even if they're a bad server, I tip them $1 as an insult to them. Like, yo, you could have had more, but nah, you chose this.
See, I would write that out. I'd write out, you could have had more.
Yeah.
But the service was terrible.
But I always go to the restaurant. I never go out anywhere. If I'm going to go to a service restaurant, I'm always cognitive of, okay, I'm tipping whoever, but based on your service, I'm like, all right, that's $1 out of their pocket. Oh, they didn't refill my water. You let my water get this low. All right, that's another $1. All right. Also, by the end of the day, you at $1. So I'm gonna break it down to $1. But this chick, boy, this is an entitled bitch right here. Cause I just read the story.
Yeah,
and it said
she
said everything was perfect until he put out, like, bitch, where your priorities at? You mean to tell me this nigga paid for the meal and your concern is a tip? The tip is obligation because it said suggested gratuity. So it's not like it's where I went spondivids. Them niggas took they 15%. They took my bill was $100-something at Spondivids. They took the gratuity out.
Oh, no, they do it because also they know they Southside niggas is niggas. Yeah. So they don't take their money out off top.
They took the money out.
But also, when places do stuff like that, I don't give you any additional tip. Cause no.
You got yours, baby.
Yeah, you got yours.
Yeah. You don't get nothing additional. Hey?
Now, the only exception is there was one time that this chick really took care of the table, and I had like one of my little cousins with me, and he had been acting a straight up fool. But this lady managed to calm the kid down, get him everything he wanted. So yeah, we threw her some extra shit on top of it being like, a gratuity added on top because it was a party over 6 or 5 or some shit like that. But I feel what you're saying. Like this chick is ridiculous, man. And this is the kind of stuff that
it's entitled.
This is the kind of stuff that it's like you met a great man. And you gonna give him up and watch some other chick on.
And then you post it like
exactly. Then you have the audacity to post.
This nigga spent $96. I can't even get this nigga to spend $15 on
Exactly. Because I know in the comment section, those girls like, hey, what's this nigga's number?
What type of bitch?
What city is this? Because women, especially like between this story and last week's story, there's plenty of women who's like, look, you tripping? Who am I? And how can I get this man?
I mean, he did leave it tips. Technically, if he dropped 100, I don't think he was expecting change.
No, he wasn't expecting change. This man came to your city. Yeah. This man probably been spending money like water. He dropped a crisp $100 bill out. That's how you know this man getting paid. And on top of this, you're gonna get mad. Like people trip over dumb stuff. Last but not least, I know this is our controversial segment, our unpopular opinion. So there's been a lot of talk about high school trans women and women's track. Are they changing it for the better or are they changing it for the worse?
Oh, they're not changing it at all. Let them trans women race regular women so y'all can see how terrible you are compared to men. All right? It's just fact of it. Men are stronger and faster. It is what it is. We're not equals when it comes to that. So maybe you should have your own sports. But if you consider trans women to be women, then they should be there, right?
Yeah, that's why I 100% agree. I'm right behind it. People are like, but their times are so much fat. Trans women are women, right? So if we're saying they're women...
That's what you say.
If we're saying we're saying that trans women are women,
if you're saying
women are some of the biggest supporters
of the gay community.
All right. Well, thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to the Everyday Black Men podcast. We had our guest Mogul on there. He was dope. You'll get to hear his initial entrance into the Everyday Black Men podcast soon. Armstead, R. Reed, anything you want to tell the people? All right. Of course, you can catch us on Twitter at EVYD Black Men, Instagram on Everyday Black Men, and Everyday Black Men Facebook page. Patreon coming soon.